I had my microphone muted the entire time. And I'm gonna shut up for the cutscene.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Yeah? I'm gonna hate playing through the beginning of this game after I did it the other day, but can't really emulate on Twitch. It's not allowed. And I don't have a PlayStation 2 capture card. This is probably my favorite game of all time. Whoa, freaky ghost boy. I think these are the kids. I'll just talk to everyone.
Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Gonna go with the default name. Of course. Of course.
Good luck tonight.
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay?
So you can tell he must be some sort of athlete.
Hit from the right.
Got it.
Star athlete in a very, in my opinion, annoying game that is,
No problem.
you will eventually play it. It's like a mini game,
Alrighty.
but I don't like it much.
Take it easy.
Considering I'm gonna try to 100% the game though, I'm gonna have to play it quite a bit.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
So that kid's dad is also a famous player of this sport. He went missing 10 years ago. We're about to hear some sort of radio announcer talk about it a little bit. The night in the game right now is the 10-year anniversary of him going missing, and they're putting some really big game for him. Or in honor of him, I should say.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jacked, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jack all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa. Didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jack Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year,
That's
he's
you.
become the team's #1
Titus
player.
is the star of the
He's
AIDS.
Jack's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
Yeah, you can hold circle to walk slowly like this. Otherwise you run. If you mash it, you kind of get this little funny thing. Alright, that dialogue's over. You can get out of that area before it's over. I wanted to make sure I didn't, though. That's why I kind of sat around and walked in circles.
Make way! Coming through, so... Hey! I'm gonna be late.
So I'm in the bottom left. The game's about to start. One of my favorite characters right there. I say one of, it is my favorite. This game, I guess one of the best ways to describe it is like underwater soccer. Don't question the fact that they can breathe underwater. So, if you're paying attention, he was clearly falling directly straight back down into that water. And he was upside down. So where did that ledge come from? Anyways, about to get our first little bit of actual gameplay, I guess you could say. Although it's a tutorial more than anything.
Oren! What are you doing?
I was waiting.
What are you talking about?
So the cool guy in red clothes, his name is Oren. Ghost Kid again.
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
What the? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Look,
Yeah, that big space whale monster thingy destroying the city. We're about to learn the name of it, or at least you are. I know the name of it. And we're gonna run towards it.
we called it sin.
Oren clearly knows something about it. Hello. It says I have 0 viewers, yet someone just commented. Oh, now it fixed itself. Hello. I'm still very early on into the game.
A gift from Jack.
Just missed a couple early cutscenes. In a second I'll summarize everything that's
I
happened.
hope you know how to use it.
The little bit that has happened.
These ones don't matter. We cut.
Okay. So you're this blonde kid, Titus, right? You're a famous athlete in a sport called blitzball, which can best be summarized as underwater soccer, which is kind of cool. Yeah, the gameplay is very fun, at least once you get past all of the beginning tutorial stuff. Yeah, while he's in the middle of some match, so his dad, Jecht, went missing 10 years ago. He was also a famous player of this sport, blitzball, and this night was the 10th anniversary, and they were having some really big game to like commemorate it or whatever. And this giant space monster thingy attacked the city. Its name is Sin. We are for some reason rushing towards it. These little things, Sin Spawn, or Sin Scale, never mind. They came off of it. And yeah, that's pretty much the summary of where we are. This guy Oren in the red over here. We don't know much about him, but he knows a little about all the stuff going on. Or at least it's hinted at it. I have played this game through a total of, I think it's 6, maybe 7 times. So I know the entire story. Oh yeah, I should kind of explain the battle. So on the top right, there's a little bar thingy that shows who gets what turn when. So Titus, obviously, it's his turn right now. It has a little pointer on him. Then Monster C, which is this guy, he gets the next turn. Then Oren would, then Titus again, etc. those. Those are turns, yeah?
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
It's kind of nice because you can wait and think about what you're doing, but that's about it. This is just to show you, don't cut the ones behind you because they don't do anything. Which I don't really think is a mechanic anywhere else in the game. Except for in the very first tutorial. That big tentacle boy is our first boss fight. Although he can't really kill you. His only move takes exactly 1/4 of your health away. And it always rounds up, so he can get you down to 1 health, but never lower.
Get out of my...
Some can't wait to die.
It's gonna give us a tutorial on overdrives, which are like super moves. When a character's overdrive gauge fills, the character can use the overdrive. Different characters have different effects on their overdrives or whatever. And different ways to use them. So for Auron, you have to insert key presses in a certain order to get it to have the greatest effect or whatever. For Tidus's, you just have to press X as like... I don't know how to describe it. You just time a button press. I think each time you hit this guy... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say each time you hit him, one of the little things on the top disappear, but when Auron hit him, 2 of them disappeared, so... Here, I'll show you what I meant about Tidus's overdrive. This game might not look too interesting right now, but it gets a lot better later. The things? Aliens? I don't know if the story ever explains exactly what they are. They just come off of this, like, space monster thingy. I can't really go too much into detail about it without giving away spoilers. Although I guess they're not major spoilers as to what it is. Yeah, oh, I guess I can say. I don't know. The big thing, Sin, it's not really a space wheel. I just say that because that's what it looks like. It's, I guess monster is a better way to put it. Oh, you can't see the screen because I'm saving. Okay, you should be able to see the screen now. But the big monster guy makes these little monster guys.
What are you laughing at, old man? Auron, let's get out of here.
I don't think that line about his dad was in the original game.
Give me a break, man.
So like the bigger space whale monster can fire these off of his body. Like they're literal scales on his body. Hence the name Sin Scale. Here's another tutorial that some battles will have like special things in them. In a second, off to the right of this monster I have selected right now, it's gonna tell us to attack that. Because when you kill it, it will blow up and kill them all. This might be confusing, just bear with the game. It'll explain it, at least this part, soon enough.
That.
What?
Trust me.
Yeah. Looks clean. Yeah, this is... I don't really know if... I'd like to say it's my favorite game of all time, but... That's either gonna go to Minecraft, this game, or Persona 5 Royal. Don't get mad at me for saying Persona 5 Royal. I know some people prefer other Persona games. I just haven't really played the other ones all the way through. I guess we're terrorists, blowing up the city. I've always wanted to be able to post this game to YouTube. Any other game you play, online games? I played Destiny 2 a lot. I streamed it for a bit earlier, but the friend I was playing with had to go. I'm getting back into Dead by Daylight again. Paladins I play occasionally. That's about it, I think. I'm planning on streaming Terraria once the update comes out for PlayStation 4. Dead by Daylight, yeah. I used to play it a ton, but then I don't really remember why I just stopped.
Sure. This is it. This is your story.
But yeah, we're being sucked up into the space monster.
It all begins here.
Two viewers now.
Hey. Hey!
So now we're gonna wake up in a dream area, kind of.
My old man?
It looks similar to that city. Anyways, that city got destroyed. We just got sucked up to somewhere. I know exactly what this place is and everything, but yeah, let's just say we're not going to be going back to that city ever again.
I thought
I'd
about
say
a
in
lot of things.
15 minutes
Like
it's going to explain
where
what
I
just
was,
happened.
What I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
So we kind of come to our senses in these ruins. Someplace. It is not the city we were in.
Anybody there? Aaron! Hey!
Alright, so you swim around looking for who knows what. Not really looking for anything. There's a mini-map in the top left. If you hadn't noticed in the, like, 2 other parts where I could move freely. The green arrow is you and the direction you're facing. The red arrow is where you're supposed to go. And the game won't always have that red arrow, but in cases like almost all the time it will. At least for the main storyline. Also, I can't move the camera myself. If you're... I don't know if anyone's gonna think that the camera angles are crappy or anything. I don't have any control over it. I know from experience there's a chest off over here. High potions restore 1,000 health, which is more than our max health at the moment, so that will come in handy. So these ruins, they're this place is pretty ancient because Thanks. Nice memory. Something's watching us. So I'm gonna say now, most of the monsters in this game, or they're called fiends, they're not in any way related to that sin thing. It's ancient because it's under the water and breaks easily. Yeah, most monsters are not related to that sin thing. The only ones that are related to it are ones with sin somewhere in the name. These are like literal... I think these ones are just literal fish, which would actually make them not fiends. Maybe they're fiends, I don't remember. But, it'll explain this later. The monsters in this game, fiends, they're basically like the souls of dead people who have grown restless. I guess that's the best way to explain it. Anyways, I don't think we even get to finish this fight. Just get it down to 1 left. I doubt I'm very good at doing commentaries like this, so it's nice to have someone in the chat, especially asking questions. Yes, the game explains all of the lore as you go on, especially the story type stuff. I mean, you can learn it other places. There's I forgot what it's called. There's like some book thingy that like it's some official Final Fantasy book thing, and it explains like a lot of lore for I think all of the games 1 through 10. I'm not sure. I don't have it. It's like Final Fantasy Ultimania or something. Come on, I'm gonna Google it. Also think it was only in Japanese. No, never mind. It's in English. by no means is it necessary to read. It's not like a literal book. It's, I don't really know. Well, I mean, it is a literal book. It's not like a book with a story. That'd be cool if they made this game into a book. It would be cool if they made it into a movie, but that would be one long movie. Anyways, this fish guy trying to eat us. We're just trying to get away. We do get away. But, yeah. You don't need to go out of your way to look for the story of this game. All you have to do is play through it. You could watch someone else's playthrough. Just by the time you reach the end of the game, it has lots of cutscenes that
I had made it out of the frying pan
throughout the entire game.
freezer.
Yeah,
I thought
not
I
very
was
good
gonna
at
die
wording
in this
that.
place.
Current objective: survival. I don't like those footstep noises. Yeah. I had to run against that wall for a second. It sounds so weird. Yeah, the first time you play it, it is like that. Like, it doesn't tell you much until a certain point. So, I'll be able to explain a lot more in a few minutes. Like,
Need fire.
I just don't want to spoil stuff before it happens. Don't remember if I have to look at this first or not. I'm just gonna do it just in case. But yeah, this is a very beautiful game. Story-wise, gameplay-wise, graphics and audio-wise. The very beginning of the game, so like from the literal very start up until a little bit later from now is the least engaging part. Which is kind of sad, because it's the beginning. Some people are going to watch the first episode of a playthrough and be turned off. You're like, this doesn't look so fun. Alright. Just put a message when you come back, I'll try and catch you up. So, fire's been made. Or it's about to be.
I need food.
I don't blame you. I would be kind of hungry and tired after whatever the heck just happened as well.
What do you want?
It was a bad call. Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years.
This is a flashback.
Who, me?
You cried.
Just showing, I guess, I don't really know the point of that cutscene specifically, probably just to show that Orin and him know each other, are friends, have some sort of relationship. Maybe he's like his adopted dad or something. Anyways, there was something running along up there.
Wait! Don't go out on me!
Wonder if that could be another tutorial boss
Just
fight.
hold on. I'll get more wood.
Oh, I'm still in that, the ruins place. When you said you would be right back, I was looking for flint and tinder so we could start a fire in the middle of it. I got that and I started the fire, and you fall asleep, and it cut to that cutscene that you just rejoined to.
Give me a break!
Oh crap, I'm an idiot. I didn't touch the save sphere, so the save spheres, whenever you interact with them, even if you don't save, it immediately restores all of your HP, MP, everything. I don't know how much damage he does. That's a lot. But yeah, some spider thingy. I'm really wasting potions in the tutorial fight just because I forgot to save, or not save, touch the thing. Oh well, potions are cheap. Yeah, I like the attack angles. Some funky looking people.
You on my side?
No words.
Cool.
They're not saying anything. Yeah, so grenades are gonna do like 300 or more damage. For the moment, yes, she did. Yeah, it's, I don't know, some story device or something. Well, I say some story device or something, it is a story device. The reason I'm stealing a lot more than I'm throwing grenades is because there's gonna be like one more small boss fight and grenades are gonna be useful for it. Okay, maybe I can't steal anymore. You can't see the enemy's light. Well, you can. How do I explain this in a way that doesn't... Well, it's not a spoiler. Different weapons have like different traits. One of these traits is something called sensor, and it lets you see things like the enemy's maximum health, how much health they have at the moment, their elemental affinities, so like what type of magic they would resist or are weak to. Sometimes other information as well. at the moment, nobody has one of these weapons, so... I just got a crit with a grenade. You'll notice how that said overkill. Enemies, if the killing blow on them does more than a certain amount of damage, it'll do an overkill. I don't think it affects the XP you get, but it will give you double drops from him. Anyways, ability points. Those are this game's name for experience. She will explain that in a minute. Victory theme and toots.
Phew. That was close. Hey, let me go.
Predict Drek!
Fin, Irisa, Tekiaka!
Bak, Edeku!
So they clearly don't speak English.
Fed! Trivitek Risa!
Dralmia, Drakisha Tate.
Ifun Petit, Fapuneket Fedrik. Kuno.
So everything here is probably really funny to someone who doesn't know what this is. Sorry, don't speak caverns. Yeah, you're about to be taken as a slave, basically, but only for about, like, 10 minutes of gameplay, I would say.
Kid, did die job.
Hey, that hurts.
Musujek, rain?
Whoa. Okay.
Canis!
I play little charades right here.
Right, whatever.
Tuli Hood Kabeg?
I don't understand.
Akumala!
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
Whoa, she
you
speaks
understand
English?
me? All right, I'll work.
Alright, to the person who just started viewing this stream, I would recommend going to the beginning. Or actually, I might have... I don't remember if I started the game immediately when I started streaming. I might have, I think I waited around for a few minutes. Anyways, I think on YouTube streams you can rewind. So, I would recommend doing that if you are still at this point. There's something on the ground over here. These will be important. You can start learning their language throughout the game. Albed Primer Volume 1. The secrets of the Albed language are revealed. Y to A. So now when you talk to them, some of their letters... I just got a trophy. Speaking in tongues. That's the name of that. Oh, yeah, you can see that. That A in the middle of the word is highlighted red. That means it was translated.
Oh, almost forgot.
So this is essentially... The leveling system in this game is... It's weird at first, but once you learn it, it's very nice and very customizable. Yeah, you only get them one letter at a time for the translating the language. So leveling in this game is weird compared to other games. So you get AP, which is essentially just XP. Eventually you'll get it's called a sphere level. I'm just going to refer to them as levels. And you can move around this thing called the sphere grid. I'm going to skip through the game's tutorial. The game's tutorial makes it a little more complicated than it needs to be. I'm not in control of any of this right now, by the way. I'm just skipping through the tutorial. Played Final Fantasy V and 7 Remake. I have played Final Fantasy 1, 2, 4, most of 5, all of 6, all of 10. Okay, that tutorial's done. So, the way it works is your levels, they work as like tokens for moving around. You can move essentially just one space in any direction you want per level that you have. Right here, this thing is a lock, so I can't go onto it or anything. These ones that look like they have nothing in them, they're empty. They have nothing. It even says this node is empty at the top. So, to actually gain stats, you have to use these things called spheres, which they're different types. So ability ones only activate ability nodes, which are these ones right here. Teaches the ability cheer, or this one is teaches the ability flee. Here's another one. Teaches the ability provoke. And so if you are within about one sphere away from a node, you can activate it. So the sphere you're on, and any that you could move to if you had one level. So, for example, if there was something here, I could activate it. Or here. So I'm gonna use the sphere. Teach myself cheer. Cheer is a move. It increases your party, the entire party's attack and defense just a little bit. It stacks up to 5 times.
And then we should be able to.
It is very useful sometimes.
Okay, let's get.
Roger.
Anyways, I'm gonna go to the next save sphere, and then I gotta go eat dinner. But so I'll probably stop the stream for that, but then I'll start it back up. I might not start it back up right away, but there might be a save sphere right in the middle down here. Anyways, we're going to some different ruins now. Yeah, it's crazy. It seems like this whole game is just about ruins so far. It's not, but yeah, there's a save sphere there. So I think it probably blacked out whatever the viewers can see right now. Yeah, I'm in the process of saving, and it's done. Yeah. You should DM my Instagram so I know who you are. That would be cool. Alright, well then, I am going to go. If you do DM me, just say something Well, actually, it's Natsuo. Yeah, I thought the name looked familiar. Alright. Speak English and Spanish. I speak English and I can understand Spanish. I'm not very fluent in speaking it, but I can read and write it very well. Alright. Going now.